Can't get any words. Podcast on blast, giving you the real talk, no holding back. Can't get any worse, we'll make you see. There's always a silver lining. We'll set you free, so join the movement. Let's change the game with the Can't Get Any Worse Podcast.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Can't Get Any Worse podcast. How are we all today for this stunning Tuesday morning? I trust, as per usual, we are well. And holy fuck, ladies and gentlemen, I have to say, I've probably come off my busiest week of, let's just round it all up as a ball of comedy and podcasting of 2025, for sure, without a doubt. And this morning has been no different. I have been all over the place this morning. Let's rip right in. So, first of all, let's capture what has... actually, no. Let's do it in reverse. Let's do that, because that won't be confusing for me when I get to further talking points in the episode. Oh, God, the chaos is ensuing, ladies and gentlemen. But this morning, so it's Parker's birthday, a couple of weeks or something, I think. And over the weekend, our one big job, get the invitation sorted for his birthday party, okay? And do you think we were somewhat organised on that, or do you think we left it till Sunday afternoon? You're correct. Sunday afternoon, last minute, cram that shit in. And look, deep down, I half knew this, okay? Purely because of the fact that I had to get these printers, these fucking posters behind me here, printed for our split bill last year. Only certain Officeworks print like same day. Otherwise, it's like a week lead time or something. And so our printer was run out of ink. Nikita goes in to buy some ink, and the cartridge we needed was only sold in a bulk pack. It was like $140 or something. And I'm like, Jesus, we are not doing that. Anyway, so she goes, all right, we'll print it through Officeworks. You can go pick them up. Everything's sorted. And they're professional looking invitations. I'm like, lock it in. Lock it in. So I go through the whole rigmarole on the Officeworks website, find out that my 3 closest Officeworks all have the 1 week lead time. So this morning I've had to cruise over and pick them up from a further away Officeworks. Look, don't get me wrong, not the end of the world, but what it has done, it has caused me a very, very chaotic morning, because obviously I've had to try and get the podcast ready. Nikita did school drop off for me, so shout out to Nikita. Everyone slide in her DMs, tell her how much of a lovely lady she is. But for example, I'm so glad the camera cuts off where it does, because in front of me here today, it is just, it's doing my head in. I've misplaced my long USB-C cord to go from my laptop to the Rodecaster. So now I've got this tiny, half a meter cord linking them all. 100% I'm going to kick my laptop off this stand at some point in this episode. But we'll keep chewing through it. But yes, the week was crazy. What did I end up having? 6 gigs this week, which is insane. Most amount of gigs I've done in a week of 2025. That could be, just trying to think back, that could be a record full stop. That's a lot of gigs now that I say it out loud. Anyway, we've got that. We recorded and released 2 podcast episodes last week. Thank you guys for listening to both of those. Again, surprises me how many downloads we get on the UFC breakdowns. I think the YouTube video got double the amount of watches as our usual ones do last week. So hopefully, look, we'll get to it at the end of the episode. Hopefully you guys jumped on a couple of those winners. But yeah, what else we had happening this week? Locked in the next wave of WestPark Productions gigs. That's all in the books. Now I've got to secure lineups and shit like that. It's just not ending, ladies and gentlemen. Someone in the scene messaged me last night, and they're like, they're trying to pay me a compliment, and I was like, all right, I need to awkwardly back out of this conversation because I don't know how to fucking accept compliments. But they were like, yeah, we don't know how you juggle everything, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, I guess it's just the curse of ADHD. If my brain sits still for too long, I just think dark thoughts. So you just got to keep this bad boy busy, you know? But yes, today is no different. Like I said, this is a crazy day. So I'm in here now. I've literally got to record this bad boy, start uploading the files, and then I've got to take my dog back to the vet. So you've guessed it, guys. If you guys have seen my stand-up before, I've got quite a few dog bits. I mean, some people say that I'm the best dog bit writer in Brisbane. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but hey, I reckon I've got probably 4 solid dog bits that could crush in any room. Maybe that's my thing. Maybe that's what I need to do. Just focus on writing dog material. But anyway, this dog is... Sorry, Bailey. Can you hear me, Bailey? Don't come in here, please, actually. Our last dog definitely racked up the bills way more than this dog. But it's just... I've been scarred by the vet. The vet bills of the past. Earlier episodes of the podcast captured it all. Go back and give it a listen. But, yeah, she had a surgery on Friday. I know what you're thinking. Nikita had surgery last week. Now the dog's having surgery. Who's having surgery this week? I might finally go ahead and get my transition surgery. Who knows? Would be fun to have a vajayjay for a week. Oh, God. I saw photos of Bruce Jenner like a week ago, and for all the work that they put into doing the whole transition, they are looking a little worse for wear these days. You would think that if you were going to like transform into this beautiful woman, you would upkeep that shit. But yeah, I think it could have just been a bad paparazzi photo, and aren't we all subject to those in our time? Am I right, guys? Oh God, you should have seen the Moree paparazzi just following me down the street, just snapping pics. Oh, I just couldn't get away from them. But anyway, so yeah, I got to rush. Well, not rush. I just got to take her back to the vet today. She's got to... How's this? How's this for a scamming vet fucking scheme? So we got a quote for this surgery, I don't know, 8 months ago, I suppose. And at that point, it was the old vet name, okay? We've used the same vet for at least 10 years or so, okay? We got a quote. It was like $500. And we're like, yeah, sweet, all good. We'll get to it when we get to it. Then... the time has come. So we call them. We go, oh, can we book her in? Yada, yada, yada. They send the new quote, $1,500. How is $1,000 coming out of thin air in the last 6 months? Like, Jesus Christ. Are we blaming tariffs? Are we blaming tariffs on my dog's surgery, ladies and gentlemen? I'm not too sure, but I can't justify that. Surely there has not been that many price increases in the animal medical world to justify that cost. But you guys try and tell my wife that that's unjustified, and then try and tell her that we should explore other vet clinics. No. What do you mean? What do you mean? Every time I go to this vet, Sarah peeks over the little reception desk and goes, oh my God, Bailey, you are the most beautiful dog that's ever walked through this door. Oh my goodness. Can I take a photo of you and make you pet of the month? I just want to say, they say that every time we go in there. I've never been in there, and Bailey's fucking photo's been up on the wall. So I would be surprised if she has ever been pet of the month. Then I proceed to take a seat every time, right? This happens every time. Nikita, she just hears my dog's beautiful. She just goes and sits down in this state of bliss, and I sit there, and like I said, my ADHD brain, it's scanning the room, it's taking everything in. We see some cunt walk in with a fucking giant Rottweiler that looks like it's about to chew your face off or something. And old Sarah, the receptionist, she peeks over. Oh my God, Brutus, you are the most beautiful dog that's ever walked through the door. Do you mind if we make Brutus pet of the month? Like, fuck me. This is why they can justify $1,000 price increase. Oh God. Don't get me started on dogs, guys. Don't get me started on dogs. But yes, Bailey is cruising around with the cone of shame on right now. We got told she has to leave this cone on for 10 days. As soon as I went and picked Bailey up on Friday, right? She's at home. She's chilling in the cone. As soon as Nikita got home from work, that cone was off. She was going, oh my God, Bailey, are you okay? We're not going to put that thing on you. And yeah, she's got out of wearing the cone quite a bit. She's got it on today just because I can't watch her properly. And if she rips these fucking stitches out, I'll just have to stitch her back together with my proper USB-C cord when I eventually find that stupid thing. I'm not going to JB Hi-Fi and buying another one. I'm going to have to tear the house apart after this. But anyway, what else we got happening this week? Let's get off that kind of shit. Oh, just while I was on the the chaoticness of this week. That's not even a fucking word, but let's roll with it. It is crazy, right? And you hear, obviously, I'm not putting myself in this tier or this stratosphere or whatever. You hear all these professional podcasters talk about how exhausting touring and shit is. And again, my little tour I went on was nothing compared to those guys smacking city after city, night after night. But fuck me, there's something about driving, setting up the gig, getting ready for the gig, eating fucking junk food. It just completely zaps your energy. And I put together this big list of shit I wanted to tick off while I was away. And fuck, just could not chew through it, eh? Like you go on these things, you're like, I'm going to have so much time away from the family. I'm going to get so much stuff done. Doesn't happen that way, ladies and gentlemen. Does not happen. Somehow your time gets fucking zapped. And guys, I just want to say one thing. Look, I didn't even have time to get my proper water bottle today. I'm just slurping out of a cheap Woolworths water bottle. I'm going to have a quick sip. Oh, yeah, that is some good H2O. That's what I was about to say. I'm pretty sure this is fucking with my brain. It's been fucking with me the last 10 minutes and 57 seconds. I think I've got my camera slightly offset. I don't think I'm center of the screen, but it's all right, guys. We'll try fix it in post. We probably won't. I don't have time to do that, so let's just move on. Let's get on to some fun, exciting stories of the week that I can tell you guys about, all right? Westy has started basketball back up. Fucking new shoes, new everything. He's ready to go. And we start basketball on Saturday morning. We go to training. Then we got the game after it. Everything's going well. He's starting to zone back in. Westy, if you listen to this in 10 years, he was a bit rusty at the start. He was missing like every shot. But then once he dialed back in, it was like, oh, okay, he's back. Thank God. Thank God that wasn't a phase where he's just sinking buckets and then like that movie, Like Mike, where he just loses his shoes and loses all his basketball abilities. I thought that might have been the case. But, he dialed back in. They ended up versing. I'm just going to name and shame him, okay? John Paul College. It is a high-end school within my area. And we used to verse these motherfuckers back when I was at school for rugby. And every single Islander on their team had a mustache, just pile driving us into the ground. And then, rumors started circulating that, look, hey, this is not proof. This is allegations, okay? If you're listening to this, JPC, this is alleged. This is 100% alleged. Apparently, word around the private school community is they used to put some of these older Islanders on scholarships to get them to come and play for their rugby team. Hey, just what I heard, okay? That was what I heard around the water cooler. But whether or not it's true. So, deep down, I had a little bit of aggression towards JPC. Westy's first game up against JPC, and it's their first game ever playing together as a team, okay? Now, when Westy's team first started playing together, not great, okay? But now they're all communicating that they're a team, okay? That's where you want to get to in team sports. But this team, you could tell, half their team had probably never even picked up a basketball. And deep down, I felt bad for them, but then I'd be like, oh my God, that poor kid. And then I'd look down at their chest, I'd see that dirty JPC logo, and I would just scream out from the scoring bench, fucking kill them, Westy. I didn't do that. I would have been removed from the premises. I saw a parent do it last season. And I've not seen them again. But anyway, I'm on the score bench, okay? I fucking hate scoring, but we're on an alternating schedule. So I'm scoring, and our team just starts annihilating them. It is halfway through the second quarter, and it is 20-0. And I was like, oh yeah, this is going good. And then all of a sudden, someone comes over to me and they're like, oh, you've got to stop scoring. And I was like, are you fucking joking? And I think we went through this back when Adrian was on the podcast. We either did or we spoke about it in private life because Adrian fumed about this. Oh, God. Hopefully he's listening to this right now, fuming just as much. But they're like, oh, you got to stop scoring. And I'm like, what? How like that's part of sport, okay? If you get flogged, that's going to make you try harder and work better, right? You don't want to lose by 100 points every week. If you see that score up there, you're going to have to look up and just have a good, hard think to yourself and go, I've got to turn some shit around. I can't come back every week and do this kind of performance in front of my parents. I've got to fucking pick my socks up. So, yeah, I started to keep a bit of a track in my head, and the game ended up being 67-0. So we fucking pumped JPC. That is for teenage James, JPC. Fuck you guys. Oh, God. But we'll chew through my Westie stories. This is how we're going to categorize the next lot of stories. I've got some Westie stories. I've got some Parker stories. Then I've got some work stories, okay? And look, I reckon if I can get these out of my brain well enough, there's some cracking stories here, okay? Now, Westie, look, I don't know if this is because I'm part of the comedy community, okay? I've mentioned this on here before that I feel like some stuff that I probably would have used to laugh at on a job site and things like that, some of these no words that just fly around every 5 seconds on a job site, everyone's laughing. Even when I was at school, the amount of shit we used to say to each other, like, yeah, I feel like the comedy community toned me down because if you say one of those words in there, people will like clutch their pearls. They'll go, oh my God, what did you just say? You are banished from the community. So Westie comes home from school. This isn't even a one-time thing, okay? I'm not going to say this happened once. This has happened the last month, okay? Now, Westie has started coming home from school and just dropping the word gay left, right, and center. This kid is letting it roll out of his mouth like he's fucking old MacDonald had a farm. He's like, here a gay, there a gay, everywhere a gay, gay. Oh, my God. And I'm like the first couple of times Nikita and I were on him, we were like, you can't say gay. And he's like, why? And we're like, you just can't say it anymore. You just can't say it anymore, okay? But if there was videos circulating of your dad at high school, holy shit, he probably used that word more than any other word in the dictionary. And I never said this once as like a derogatory term. It was literally just in our vocabulary at our schooling career. Oh, you're gay. Oh, that's gay. Oh, fucking, oh, look at Ash. He's fucking gay. Like, you never meant Ash wants to go and suck a dick, okay? You just meant Ash is a fucking loser that wears condoms in movie cinemas. Oh, God. So, like, we've started trying to, like, crack down on him, and then I'll hear Westie on PlayStation with his mates, and they're all like, oh, quick, shoot that guy in the head. He's gay. And I'm like, what is going on? But then now that I've adjusted and I've come to terms with it, I'm actually kind of stoked. I'm stoked that the pendulum is swinging back and the children of our the young children of our generation are starting to realize, all right, all our older parents and shit are fucking pansies. Let's revert back to how they used to talk when they were kids and let's show them what it's all about. So, I don't know. That story right there is probably going to get me in trouble with some cunt's going to listen to this in the scene and be like, oh my God, did you hear what Jimmy said on his podcast this week? It was fucking disgusting. He's such a homophobe. And to you guys, fuck you. I reckon every second episode I go, hey, no disrespect to my LGBTQI community. Fucking much love, brothers. Anyone. That's the other thing as well, okay? I am good mates with so many people of that community in the comedy scene that I can have a laugh with them about anything. And if I said something like that to them, they would probably laugh just as hard as me. Same deal with like Brian Freeman that's been taking me on these tours and stuff, has cerebral palsy. The bloke makes more fun of himself than anyone else. He's so self-deprecating and stuff. And even I did a gig with him on Saturday night. Someone was having a bit of banter with him. We're all laughing and stuff. And then this guy goes to go, oh, Brian, you're so fucking, and then stopped himself. And then Brian goes, what, fucking retarded? You can say retarded to me. And I'm like, oh, thank God. Thank God I've finally like, I don't know. I just fucking stoked all that shit's coming back, you know? Hopefully we're over this woke wave. Woke wave. Should that be an episode title, guys? Let's jot that down. What's the next one? Oh, yeah, the next one. old fucking Parker, fussiest eater in the world, okay? He's been to medical professionals for this shit, and they're just like, yep, he's a fussy eater. He eats 10 foods, okay? That's not 10 different types of foods. Probably 6 of those could be the same food. And I mean, like, to the point of dinosaur nuggets, McDonald's nuggets, KFC nuggets. That's 3 of the foods that he eats. That's 3 of the foods that he eats that we've had to categorize as separate foods in our food pyramid. Oh, God. But he, how's this for a bit of self-entitlement? Look, I actually didn't have too bad of lunches when I was growing up. My mum used to sneak me, like, sweet treats and shit in my lunchbox. But it was just a big thing. Like, I reckon I was in the first wave of when school started to crack down and go, you can only eat this, this, and this. Don't bring chocolate. Don't bring lollies. Don't bring nuts. Don't bring fucking... Like, your parents would get a list of shit you can't bring. And even now, like, the list we get at the start of the year of shit you can and can't bring, crazy, right? Now, Nikita's in that like, new wave of mums that... What's that word? I think it's, like, bento boxes or some shit, where your lunch boxes are just all categorized in nice little squares. It's all organized perfectly. So, like, my kids are rocking up to school, flipping open this lunchbox, and it's just like they're at a 5-star restaurant, okay? Not only that, but the foods they're getting in there are good fucking foods. Now, listen to the entitlement that my 4-year-old comes home with the other day, okay? He goes, hey, Dad, can you have a word to Mum when she gets home? And I'm like, what about, buddy? What's up? And he goes, I don't want her to pack me croissants in my lunch anymore. Are you fucking joking me? A croissant in your lunchbox? That's some, like, luxurious French shit, you know what I mean? You might as well spat in my face and gone, oh, oui, oui, Daddy, I do not want any croissants. No, is that how they say it? Croissants, that's it, with a W. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, mate, I wish I had a fucking croissant when I was your age. Oh, God. I don't even remember when my first croissant was. I might not have even had a croissant when I was a child. Who knows? It doesn't ring a bell. But anyway, then he goes, okay, I was cruising over from a gig the other night. Nikita calls me. She's like, we're out of fucking a heap of shit for the boys' lunches tomorrow. Can you swing past Coles on your way home? I'm like, yep, sweet. Cruise past Coles, and they got these little, like, chocolate muffins that the boys take in their lunches. They're obsessed with them. You buy a 12-pack. First day they're in the pantry, 10 of those are gone. So realistically, they've only got muffins for the next day of schooling. And I cruise in there. They're sold out. Obviously, it's like 8:30 at night. They're getting ready to close at 9. The muffins are gone. They're a prime asset of a grocery store, the muffins. And I'm looking around. I'm like, fuck, what are we going to do? Call Nikita. I'm like, we need to think of a backup plan. Can you think of anything? And as I'm walking, I see a pack of chocolate chip muffin bars. And I was like, same thing. Exact same thing. And I go, don't worry, I've saved the day. Get these bad boys home. I try one, okay? I'm like, I need to do a taste test at 9 o'clock at night. Just make sure these are good for my kids, okay? I was taking one for the team. I definitely wasn't being a fat fuck and smashing a choc chip muffin before bed. I was doing it for my kids, all right? But yeah, same deal. P comes home from school the next day. He goes, Dad, what was that in my lunchbox? And I've gone, what do you mean? And he's like, what was wrong with my muffin? And I'm like, what do you mean? It was a choc chip muffin. And he's like, no, it wasn't a circle. It was a rectangle. And I've gone, oh my God. I go, did you try it? Because it tastes exactly the same. He's like, no, I can't eat a square muffin. And I'm like, okay. Apparently we can't eat square muffins in this household, but fuck me. Any parents listening, hopefully you can feel my pain. Sorry. I was just fucking, obviously with this whole you guys picking episode titles, I'm trying to jot them down as I go. What else we got here? Oh, this was just a bit of a cute moment yesterday. This was more of just like, this is a moment for me to record on the podcast, okay? You guys might not find it interesting, but the new Paw Patrol movie's out on Netflix. We went to watch it at the cinemas. Westy had one of his fucking autistic flare-ups and just got bored and started sprinting around the movie cinema. So I was like, all right, I'll take Wes to the playground to burn off this energy. Nikita and Parker, you stay here and finish the movie, which they did. So I never got to see how the movie ended. So yesterday, we put Netflix on. It comes up, new fucking Paw Patrol, Mighty Pups or whatever it's called. And I'm like, oh my God, P, the new Paw Patrol's on Netflix. Now, he is standing beside his 8-year-old brother and they're doing something chaotic, okay? They're hitting each other. They're fucking throwing mud, doing just boy shit, real he-him shit. And I go, do you want to watch Paw Patrol with me later? And he looks at his 8-year-old brother, looks back at me, and he laughs and he goes, huh, Paw Patrol's for babies, Dad. And I've gone, oh my God, are you joking? Paw Patrol fucking rules. Like, I thought this was one of our little things to sit down and watch these pups rescue this city every fucking week. But apparently not. But the good thing, right? Westy goes off, he does whatever he's doing. I think he was, I don't know, talking to his mates on his iPad or doing some shit. And I come out in the lounge room and P is nestled up on the couch and he's put the Paw Patrol movie on and he's just snuggled up watching it, laughing along and like getting all involved. And I'm like, thank fuck. Thank fuck there is still a small little child in there that I can love and nurture for the next few weeks until he turns into a disgusting boy like my 8-year-old who just fucking shows me his ball sack every second day. Oh God, fuck me. Crazy shit. All right, let's get on to the work stories, okay? Fridays at my work, no one else works except for a couple of the office staff, okay? Now, we still get truck deliveries on Fridays, and every now and then I've got to go. We more or less alternate. We all take turns of unloading the trucks and shit. And it was my turn on it was my turn on Friday. I get the forklift out. I go to unload. She's like, oh, it's on this side. She peels back her curtain side. So I'm unloading like board for a cabinet making shop, okay? And she peels it back. She's like, oh, it's not on this side. So then she goes and does this like 10-point turn in the truck to get to the other side. I drive the forklift around. She pulls the curtain back. She's like, what the fuck? It's not here either. And she's like, oh, I'll have to check the other side. Checks it again. She's like, oh, it is on this side. I'll have to move the truck again. And I've gone, no, all good. I'll come get it from that side. I can get the forklift around there. Just leave it. I'll sort it. And she's like, okay, sweet. Now, this is my least favorite thing about unloading trucks is making the small talk with truck drivers, okay? Now, I've never seen this lady before. I've never seen her, even when the other boys unload the trucks. Never seen her in my life. So she's making small talk. How's your day? Yada, yada, yada. I'm like, yeah, good, thanks. How's your day? Just pushing through it. And she goes, oh, by the way, I'm Big Bruce's wife. And as she said that, my brain is going, who the fuck is Big Bruce? Am I supposed to know this? And I've gone, oh, really? Just playing along. And she's going, yeah. Yeah, he told me you guys might not be open today, but I just thought I'd try my luck. And I'm like, yeah, cool. And then luckily she goes, yeah, he's the other truck driver. He's the other Lemon X truck driver. And I've gone, oh, okay, no worries. I go, usually some other boys unload the trucks, so they might know him or something. And then she's like, yeah, so Big Bruce was telling me this. She just kept referring to her husband as Big Bruce. I'm like, just call the bloke Bruce. Like, what the fuck? So I finished unloading the truck and I go over. Adrian's in the other office, okay? And I just walk in the office. I go, oh, that was Joe. And he goes, okay, who the fuck's Joe? And I go, Big Bruce's wife. And I was just so stoked to see the confusion in his face that was replicating the confusion on my face. I just wish his confusion was reflected to her like mine was, as if to say, who the fuck is Big Bruce? Oh, God, it blew my mind. And then we started laughing. She's like, Adrian's like, you should go home. You should go home and start telling Nikita to call you Big Jimmy. Oh, God. That made me laugh so hard. Like, could you imagine if Nikita's just at her work? Nikita's just at her work. They're like, how's your weekend? She's like, yeah, I just went to the beach with Big Jimmy. Oh, God, I don't know why I find that so amusing. I'm sorry. I'm a big child at heart. But Yeah, pretty crazy. So then I'm walking back to my office, pull my phone out to make a little voice recording as a note for this podcast. Any cabinet makers that are listening, you know what? Surprisingly, I do look at we've had like another wave of followers on Instagram. So any new listeners, appreciate you guys listening. Welcome aboard. Hopefully this has been a half decent episode to jump on. But yeah, there is a few cabinet makers as well. Like I click on your bios and it's like fucking Victorian cabinet maker or something like that with a little hammer emoji. I'm like, oh, he's going to fucking love this podcast just on his miserable days on site, just fucking on his hands and knees, adjusting kicks, and then he'll hear this. But I voice recorded it. So the board company was Lemonex, okay? Well known. Everyone knows Lemonex if you're looking into kitchens. So I say that and I get back to my notes this morning and it's fucking, the voice thing's corrected it to Lemon space X. Pretty fucking cool. That was for all my cabinet makers out there. So next time you see Lemonex, just think of it as Lemon X. You're welcome. That last story is fucking lame and we've got a big week of comedy to get in. So let's just scroll down to that. Just leaning forward to my super close laptop right now to try and process all this. What the fuck is going on there? Who is that? All right. Anywho, kicked it off Monday night, Newmarket Hotel for sit-down comedy. Now, this is the cool thing about this gig, okay? I was driving to the gig. I wasn't going to vlog it because I'm like, this will be the third or fourth vlog just on the Newmarket Hotel. Going from like doing that room twice a year to now 4 or 5 times in the last 6 weeks. 3 or 4 times in the last 6 weeks. Insane. Hopefully I must be doing something right in the eyes of sit down. Anyway, I'm cruising there and I got my camera on the passenger seat purely just to record my set. And I was like, fuck, I feel like I need to record something. I'm on a roll with these vlogs, just punching them out. So I set the camera up. I'm talking to the camera. And then it just like came to me halfway through my little pre-show ramble. And I was like, fuck, I haven't even thought about doing this. But one of the big things I want to start doing again, like all my best bits are literally just stories that came out on the podcast. And then I've tweaked them for stage. And I'm like, dude, you're in here an hour a week just pushing through these stories. Why don't you start using some of it as material again? It's literally a 1 hour fucking crash course a week of just flushing out premises. So I did that. I'm like, okay, what was the clip last week? Looked up the clip. It was of me and Parker playing heads down, thumbs up. And I've gone, oh, fuck, that was pretty funny. I got a few comments, a couple of DMs of people fucking saying that was funny, yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, all right, let's try and convert that to a stage joke. And so I said that to the vlog. I'm like, I've never tried this before, but I'm going to go up there and I'm just going to riff on a podcast topic and see what comes out. I didn't even have a punchline until the MC was like wrapping up his set to introduce me. Something stupid came into my head. I've tweaked with it since then. And again, I did it last night, which we'll touch on, and it did it's the best it's done so far. So yeah, that should make a cool little vlog. I haven't edited it together yet, but again, just a cool little way to keep you guys intrigued, I suppose. Otherwise you'd see, oh, Newmarket Hotel, I've seen this shit before, fucking next. But should probably say how I went. It was surprisingly, look, it wasn't the greatest set. I was first cab off the rank as well, so I was like, fuck, the pressure is on. And my good stuff at the start and finish didn't do amazing, okay? It got some steady laughs, enough to not fucking die on the way home. But the newer joke, maybe it was because I was so excited to do it, probably went the best out of all of it. Again, I haven't watched that back, so maybe it just felt good in the moment, but we'll see. Then Thursday night, last night on Earth. Haven't done this room in probably 2 months at least. And it's one of those rooms, it's a very funny room. It's really spread out. It's on like 3 different levels. So it can be a bit of a weird night. And then sometimes it can be, very quiet. Now, luckily, on Thursday night, there was about 10 people there, okay? Now, 10 people in that space is not too bad. You can work with that if you see the room. Drive down there this week, check it out. You know what I mean. So I get up, again, first cab off the rank, and the big thing I wanted to do is the 3 new jokes that I've been playing with the last couple of weeks and just see how they go again in a smaller room, play around with the wording, the structure, yada, yada, yada. And same deal. The older stuff wasn't going amazing, but then the newer stuff had legs, like had enough giggles to be like, okay, with a bit of tweaking, I feel like these are going to be good. So that was a bit of a pick-me-up. And then right before I get on, the act behind, like after me, he goes, oh, are you heading back Brisbane way after this? I go, yeah. He goes, oh, can I get a lift? Because I had to catch a train, a tram, and a bus to get here. I think he said something like that. And I'm like, yeah, fucking oath. I'll drop you off at Beanley train station. Then you just got to catch the train through. He's like, that'd be sick. Gets up, does his set. I'm not going to name and shame this bloke, but if you're listening, I didn't want to cock block him. He gets up, does his set, has a pretty good set, gets off stage, and he was talking to a girl about like her band shirt or something. She had a band shirt on. This girl comes up to him after his set, and she's like, they're talking about band stuff, and then he just leans over to me. I've waited his entire set there. I've got my jumper over my shoulder. I've got my fucking camera and shit in my arm. There's no reason for me to be at this gig anymore. I've just watched his entire set. This lady comes over, has a chat to him. They're kicking it off, and then he just leans over. He goes, yeah, I think I might find my own way home. And I've gone, sick. Oi, sick. I could have got home to my wife and kids like an hour ago, but that's all good. But yeah, just having fun, guys. Just having fun if you're listening to this unnamed comedian. Oh, hopefully you got it in that night. Fingers crossed. Then what do we got? Oh, Friday night, Matic Brewing. So this was a same deal. Like, this is a common thing from this week, okay? My old shit just was not doing well. And then the newer shit, I only did one newer one that night just because it was a very, very packed out crowd. And it's a Friday night. They're paying for those tickets. You want to give them a decent show, okay? So I only sandwiched one new one in there, and it went okay. And the only saving grace on that one was just literally crowd work, talking to the crowd, getting them involved. Now, the only takeaway from that gig, I don't know why I did this. I've never done this in my entire 3.5 years of comedy. I turned heel straight off the bat. Now, for anyone that's not a loser that's watched wrestling their whole life, that is when you turn into the bad guy. I don't know why I did this, okay? I think I just had a fucking shitty day on Friday. I vlogged the whole thing. It was the worst vlog I'd ever recorded. I'm not releasing a vlog for the Friday night, which I go through on the Saturday night vlog. But yeah, just a whole heap of fucking compiling shit on Friday, and I was just not in the mood. So the MC couldn't really get them over the line. Then he introduces me, and straight off the bat, I could just tell they didn't want to be there. I was like, hey, everyone, how are we? Well, like, that was, shouldn't have said that. They did want to be there. They just, I don't know what they wanted. They didn't want me. Let's just say that. So I get up, I go, hey, everyone, how are we? Fucking nothing. I'm like, all right, sick. That's good. And then recently I've been starting with this like dumb mental health joke. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to bring the mood down, but does anyone in the room struggle with mental health? Again, crickets. They're just staring blankly at me like fucking deers in headlights. And then my brain snapped. I clicked into like 2013 James, where he had severe anger issues and shit. I just tapped into that fuckwit, and I don't know why I did this, just turned heel, and I've just looked at the crowd, and I said, oh, okay, you guys don't want to answer anything I'm asking? Well, fuck all you cunts then, and then just flipped him the bird. And I was like, as I lifted my arm and gave them the finger, I was like in my head, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dickhead? I was like mind blown, and I just had to be like, I'm sorry, I don't know why the fuck I just did that. And then that got a laugh, and I was like, thank fuck. Like, because imagine if they didn't laugh at that and it was just silence, and I just had to push through another 10 minutes of just fucking chaos. Oh, terrible. But yeah, cracked onto the set, like I said. Old shit. It was just another one of those sets where it was like decent. Like, it wasn't a crush. It was just okay. Then I cruised straight from that on my way home to, I still don't know how to pronounce it, Penezki Distillery at Coomera. And this was pretty much the same deal as the other gig, and that's why I'm probably not releasing this vlog. I might like clip up snippets of it and put it here and there, who knows. But yeah, similar deal. Just felt like one of those gigs to push through. I just feel like the crowd wasn't really keen on what I had to say or anything like that. There was also like you had to stand in a certain part of the you had to stand in a certain part of the stage or the mic would cut out. Now, two jokes where I try and build a bit of tension in, okay, is the cancer joke and the dog fingering joke. And this is pretty much what happened. I'm trying to build the tension in the cancer joke, and as I'm doing that, the mic's cutting in and out between certain words and stuff, and I'm like, fuck, this is not going to get well. Sure enough, I get to the end, and it does not hit anywhere near as hard as it normally hits. It basically just seemed like a fat ogre up there just screaming, isn't cancer funny, into the microphone? But like I said, it was a decent enough gig to fucking drive home and go, all right, at least I got a couple of laughs, things like that. It was a night for charity, do it for Dolly. So it was all worth it in the end. And then Saturday night, Home of the Arts again, same deal. You guys have seen it again. So I was trying to make it interesting, and I pretty much just gave a spiel at the start of the video, how pretty much every gig this week was a skid. I was struggling to get any traction, and I just had to have a good set at Home of the Arts on Saturday. So I just legit sat down and put together my best 10 minutes I had, and thank fuck I had a huge crush. I was stoked with that set. Yeah, incredible. Not much else I can say about that, but there was the confidence boost that I needed. Then the following night, Star Casino. Star Casino, the comedy gods went, hey, we gave you that one last night, champ. Now let's bring you back down into the trenches and fucking kick you in the teeth. So I rock up to the Star. Now this was the one all week that I wanted to vlog, okay? A, because it's a cool venue. B, it's like the most professional you feel at a gig. You've got to clock in, clock out. You're an employee of the Star Casino that night, okay? And you go through their car park entrance, then you go up through their rabbit warren of like underground tunnels and shit, and then you come up through the casino, and then you go to your gig. Now, I'm vlogging. I said at the start of the vlog, I'm like, I don't know how much I can vlog of this because it's like Alcatraz in there. It's security to the max. They're not going to want me filming all this shit. So I get through the check-in part, pull my camera out, and I start filming as I'm going through the tunnels and stuff, up staircases, through fire doors, swiping my special scanny card. And all of a sudden I take one wrong turn and I'm fucking lost. I'm lost in these tunnels. I end up in the fucking kitchen. All these like chefs and shit are looking at me. I'm like, I don't know. Go back out into this hallway. I'm walking around. I'm looking for doors that look familiar. And all of a sudden, the security guard just comes around the corner. He's like, can I help you? And I've just so inconspicuously like lowered my camera and tried to hit like stop recording without him being like, what the fuck are you doing, you weird cunt? So then I had to be like, oh, I'm here for the comedy show. I think I took a wrong turn. And he's like, okay, I'll take you upstairs, and fucking guided me through, let me go. And then he went to like walk me to the show. I'm like, oh, I'm all good. I know where I am now. And then he just still sort of stood there and watched me. And I was like, fuck, I'm never going to be allowed to perform here again. But yeah, I was I first? Yeah, I think I was first or second. And the crowd was just quiet as. They did not want to laugh at anyone that night. I don't know how the rest of the show went. I just did my set and got off, but same deal. Just could not crack them. I was trying crowd work. I was trying everything. Nothing. There was two guys on the right, one in the front row, one in the second row. They were the only ones, luckily enough, they were laughing so hard that it didn't feel bad. I was just playing to them. So yeah, that vlog, I vlogged all that. That'll come out. Don't know what I did and didn't get of the pre-show thing, but we'll see. All right, let's rip into, that's been my week in comedy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's rip into Turns Out It Can Get Worse. I'm just going to wheel this closer so it feels a little less awkward. And what one have we got first? Oh, yep. This one tickled my fancy this week. So let's hit play.
I wrote a few things down on a lump of wood.
Oh, wow.
What was it? The fuck does that mean? 3 liters. Fuck knows what that means.
I don't know.
I know I need some washing powder.
Yep, good.
Stuff that makes your clothes white. You stupid Paul. Smoked ham. 3 smoked. That's triple smoked, that is.
Oh, okay.
And some pork.
Yeah, nice.
Fuck me, Jesus. I wonder what this is. 3 liters. Nah. 3 liters of something. I don't know what it is. Fuck. It's gonna make me think of that. You crackhead. Whoa! You fucking crackhead.
Holy fuck. If I had to throw a dart, it's probably 3 liters of meth, champ. I reckon that's what you're chasing there. But I have always wondered how crackheads write their grocery list. Turns out they just write it on a lump of wood. Fuck me. What an insane life to live. Sometimes I look at those people and I'm like, that would be an easier option than what I'm trying to do. Where is my mouse gone? All right, let's get this bad boy up. Oh, this guy looks interesting. What's he up to? He's got a doll in his hand.
Hello there. I would like to admit something, okay?
Okay.
I actually take a shower with dolls, and this is actually my first one.
Okay.
And I actually took a shower with her.
Right. Oh, okay. That's it. That's the point of the video. Fuck me. What does he do in the shower with those? I want to know what he does in the shower with that half cat, half human doll. Fuck me. There is some sick cunts on the internet. What do we got here? Oh, this guy. This guy's interesting. I like this one. So buckle in, ladies and gentlemen, for the best 17 seconds of your life.
I'm a fat pig.
Oh my God. Hey, remember the other week when I brought up that Parker was calling me a fat fucking pig? That's probably the video where he got it from, but Jesus Christ, Daddy Pig has let himself go. Oh God. And then this is the last one to cap off this segment, ladies and gentlemen, when I can find my fucking mouse. Oh, I've just destroyed the run sheet. I've destroyed everything. Mayday, mayday. Where is my mouse? There we go. All right, there's a mosquito flying around. Everything is happening. Let's drag this across. Oh, we've got 2 lovebirds here. Let's see what they got to say.
When he slides his hand between your legs and says,
"This is mine. Are we clear?"
"Yes, Daddy."
Oh, wow. That is insane. That is actually insane. That is the exact scene that I'm going to make Nikita do the soundbite with me too. And then at the end, instead of saying, "Yes, Daddy," she's going to say, "Yes, Big Jimmy." Oh, fuck me. Crazy shit. Could you imagine filming that with your partner and putting it on the internet? That is true love. That is actually the meaning of true love. Anyway, let's take a sip and let's touch on the UFC that happened yesterday. Oh, UFC 315 went down yesterday in the land of Canada. Now, I'm not going to touch on every fight, just the ones that sort of piqued my interest. The first one, I was pronouncing this guy's name wrong on the breakdown, and I knew it as I was saying it, but my brain could not process those letters together for some reason. But Navajo Sterling from New Zealand, he gets another win in the UFC. So now I think he's 7-0 or 8-0, but undefeated. That's the main thing. So I'm hoping he's sort of the next big prospect of this region of the world to come up and hopefully start contending for a title shortly. But shout out to him. Then the 3 main ones. Jose Aldo gets the loss and he retires once again. But genuinely looking at the bloke's body language after this fight, I think he's done this time. I think that's him. Sucks he had to go out on a loss. But still, at his age and the fucking war path that he's been through in his fighting career, to put up the fight that he did, hats off to the bloke. There's a reason why he's called the King of Rio, the King of the featherweight division. Fucking shout out to Jose Aldo. Then Shevchenko. We all knew this was going to happen. I don't know why the fuck Sportsbet had her as the underdog. Hopefully a couple of you guys got on that while she's still at value. And if you took my little tip of her via decision, would have got a little bit of extra money to make up for the losses on that card. But yeah, Shevchenko, going to go down as one of the best women to ever step in the cage, without a doubt. Racks up another win. So where to now from her? We will have to wait and see, I suppose. And the big one, ladies and gentlemen, JDM, Jack Della Maddalena, wins the title over Bilal Muhammad. Holy fuck, absolute scenes. I did want him to get the knockout, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. 2 consecutive months, UFC 314, UFC 315, both and new Australian champions. Holy fuck, Australian MMA is at an all-time high. We got Volk, we got JDM. Who's going to be next? Dana White, if you're listening to this, put me up against John Jones. I will be the next Australian heavyweight UFC champion without a doubt. Could you imagine the absolute ass beating I'd get against John Jones? That'd be insane. It'd be like John Jones just walked into a special school and just started fucking question mark kicking kids in the head. It'd be absolutely insane. But the thing that does get me excited for is the next Perth main event. It has to be JDM defending his title for the first time. Could you imagine no, actually, this is how I would do it. You'd have to do a Volkanovski main event because he owns Australia. JDM as a co-main, a 2-title fucking defense in Perth. Holy shit, I just thought of that as I was talking it out loud. Could you imagine? It'd be unreal. But rumours were circulating just before the card on the weekend. I don't think Topuria will be fighting fucking JDM. It seems that Islam Makhachev will be fighting JDM, which is scary as fuck. That does not excite me at all. And please, please, please do not let what happened to Volkanovski happen to JDM. We cannot have that happen to another Australian UFC champion. Anyway, bit of motivation for this week. Look, some would say this isn't even motivational, but this bloke, an Australian comedian that realised that not much great things is happening in Australian comedy, so he's taken the Jim Jeffries route, moved to America, and now blowing the fuck up with Shane Gillis and shit like that. So I went and saw this bloke. Fuck, that must have been last year now. I went and saw him when he was in Australia. This was one of the bits he was running on stage, and it has come out in his latest special. And this week he just released it with some motivational music behind it. Trust me, guys, it doesn't make any fucking sense, but it's a bit of fun to finish the episode. This is your motivational clip for the week from James McCann.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, it's twice as much shame on me. I cannot believe I allowed you to fool me again. Definitely learned from the first time not to be fooled. Fool me 4 times, shame back on you. Actually, you are picking on a vulnerable man. Something has obviously gone wrong with me. This is like bullying the kid in a wheelchair at primary school. It's like, bully the fat kid, bully the kid with the limp. 4 times you're going to fool me? Unbelievable. Fool me 5 times, shame on me again. I mean, I'm vulnerable, but at some point you have to take some personal responsibility for crying out loud. I've got 12 of these, they're good for 8. Fool me 6 times. Fool me 6 times, 6 times a fool. And I have lured you into my trap. Pretending to be a fool 6 consecutive times to give you a false sense of security. Only to flip it. And now you are the fool. And you have the shame. Fool me 7 times, you saw through my trick. But there's no shame, because I'm getting fooled by the best.
Fuck me. Every time I see something like that, like a bit like that, it blows my mind of like how that would go in one of these rooms that I'm in where I'm just bombing on new material. Like, could you imagine just having that as a premise and going into a comedy room and going, I'm going to try this tonight? Like, how many do you think he gets to, like 3 and he's bombing and he goes, fuck, I should stop this? Or do you think, like, to make the bit work, you've got to get through all 12 options. Otherwise, fucking, it's pointless. Like, it just, sometimes I see shit like that. Like, Louis C.K. is the big one. He will go down as one of the greatest comedians to ever live, okay? You go and watch a Louis C.K. special, it's all about all the no-no topics. I'm not even going to say them on the fucking podcast. Go watch Louis C.K. and just imagine him in an open mic room trying to get those ideas across the line. Blows my mind. And then to sell out theaters and shit and just have the theaters howling, the work that goes into like constructing those jokes. Fuck. I don't want to toot my own horn, but so underappreciated. Comedians are so fucking underappreciated, guys. But anyway. Oh, God. What a way to end the episode. Guys, you can catch me this week. Wednesday the 14th, I'm doing another charity night. They should just call me the charity comedian around here. At the I think it's Chardon Hotel or Chardon Hotel. I feel like another room runner used to run this one. I feel like I've done it in the past. It's ringing a bell for some reason. I feel like it's going to be one of those rooms I arrive to, and in the car park, I'm just going to remember a brutal bomb and be like, oh, God, I remember this. But from all reports, ticket sales are fucking flying out the door. So, should be a fun night. If you're around that area, come check me out. Then, the big one, Distillery Road Market, this Sunday, the 18th. Cracking new lineup, cracking new headliner, all fucking locked in, ready to go. The next Orion Hotel one, locked in for Friday, the 20th of June. Again, stellar fucking lineup, good to go. And then this is the other one. I'm not running this one, but with the guys that I'm touring with at the moment, they are doing a nice close one out at Boona. So if you're in the Boona area or around that sort of area, Saturday the 14th, I will be out there, 14th of June. So snatch some tickets up from there. The venue is very, very confident that that one is going to be a sellout. So again, if you're in that area, go check it out. I'm actually... Look, this is actually a really cool thing that's happened the last 2 weeks. The amount of messages I've got from, it's not a crazy amount. Okay, I'll just say it's crazy for me. Okay, I have received 4 messages in the last 2 weeks from 4 different people. 2 of them going, "Let me know when you're in Moree next," and I'm like, "Fuck, I was there like a week ago, guys. You're gonna have to catch me next time." One from Dubbo and one from Newcastle. All of them are like, "Fuck, we're listening to the podcast now. We missed your shows. Need to get back here so we can watch you do stand-up." And I'm like, guys, fucking I'm coming. Hopefully you guys are listening to the podcast right now. Shout out to you guys. And again, I just want to stress how grateful I am for all the new Instagram followers. I think we've jumped up like 200 followers in the last month or so, which is crazy to me. Appreciate anyone new listening to the podcast from that or just in general. And again, so insane looking at the world map and just seeing where people listen to me in the world. Absolutely insane that you guys would tune in and listen to what a dumb fuck from Logan, Australia is doing in his stupid little comedy gigs that he's going to every week. So if you haven't shared the podcast around, try to tell someone about it this week. If we can, like I said, if we can latch onto this growth while we've got it, rather than just getting to that plateau again and it moving to a struggle again, I would genuinely appreciate that so much. But yeah, if you want to get involved with the show, if you just want to have a chat to me, if you want to send a voice message, again, I've had someone ask me that last week. They go, how do we submit a voice message? Record it on your phone, send it to cantgetanyworsepod@gmail.com, and I'll play it on the show. We'll have a bit of a chat. If you've got any turns out it can get worse clips, send them through to me, play them on the show. But yeah, I'm probably easiest to get hold of on Instagram via DM. I've completely mixed up my usual sign off here, and I've fucked my own head. But anyway, get hold of me, guys. You know where I'm at. Appreciate you guys listening. Hope you all have a fucking cracking week, and I will see you later.
Can't get any worse, we'll make you see. There's always a silver